Hello everyone, welcome to the course on network theory. We have already solved one problem on KCL and KVL, but today we are going to solve a problem in which the circuit is having dependent sources. So let us start with it. This is the given circuit. For this given circuit, we are asked to find the branch currents, that is the value of IA and IB in this. So let us start with it. As we can see in this circuit, we can have two mesh or two loops, loop 1 and loop 2. Now the current flowing through this loop 1 is already shown as IA. I can even name it as I1, or I can keep it as IA also. In the second loop, the current flowing is IB. Let me assume it as I2. So in simply your IA is equal to I1 and IB is equal to I2. Okay, now first of all, wherever the current is entering in the component, we have to note it by positive sign. Where it is leaving, it will be negative. Even in this 5 ohm resistor, the current IB is entering over here and leaving over here. Now the interesting thing is, for the components which are on the branch which is common to the two loops, loop 1 and loop 2, for example this 10 ohm resistor. So for this particular resistance, we will see what will be the direction when we will write the equation for KVL. Now if I start writing the KVL equation, I am tracing the loop in the clockwise direction, coming to the first component, that is 5 volt voltage source. In the clockwise tracing direction, I am getting a longer line. That means I will have to take this 5 volt as positive when I will write the KVL equation. So writing the KVL equation for the first loop, okay, KVL equation, I will have 5 volt. Then I have to write the drop across this 5 ohm resistor. The voltage drop is given by I into R. Current flowing through this resistor is IA, or I can even write it as I1, and the sign of this drop will be minus. So 5 minus 5 I1. Next term is this source. Now as it is having a diamond shape, we know that it is a dependent source. It is having polarity plus and minus within it, so it is a voltage source. If I see the value written besides this diamond shape, it is 10 IB. That means the value of this voltage source is controlled by a current IB. Hence this is a current controlled voltage source. So now writing the value of this voltage source, it will be minus 10 IB. Okay, for IB I can write as I2. Now coming to this 10 ohm resistor which lies on the common branch, as it is common for both the meshes, the current flowing through this will be the combination of I1 and I2. Now let us consider the directions. This I1 current is flowing from top to bottom in the 10 ohm resistor, whereas this I2 current is flowing from bottom to top. That means both the directions are opposite. As the directions of current are opposite, the current flowing through this 10 ohm resistor will be the difference between these two currents. Now for difference, I will have to find out which current is greater and which one is smaller. So for that, what I can do is, as I am writing the equation for loop number 1, or as I am considering the loop 1, I will assume the current I1 to be greater compared to I2, and because of which the current flowing through 10 ohm resistor will be I1 minus I2. The current flowing through this 10 ohm resistor will be I1 minus I2, and the voltage drop will be as I1 is now greater, so obviously we will have the sign as plus at entering, minus at leaving. So it will be minus 10 I1 minus I2. Okay, minus 10 I1 minus I2 and equal to 0. This is my equation for KVL equation for loop number 1. Now I will have to simplify these terms. I will have to solve the brackets and I will have to get the equation number 1. We will see the simplification afterward. Now coming to loop number 2. Coming to loop number 2, I will try to write the equation for loop number 2. Here the current is entering, here it is leaving. This is our direction, right? Okay, so now KVL to loop number, this was KVL to loop number 1. Now we will write KVL to loop number 2. Starting with this 5 ohm resistor, the drop across this 5 ohm resistor will be minus 5 IB or I2 I can write. Then coming to this voltage source, the short line over here, so it will be minus 10. Sorry, in this equation number 1 we have left one term after this 10 ohm. We have left this dependent source. It will come as minus 5 IA. And IA is equal to I1, so minus 5 I1 equals to 0. Okay, this was our equation number 1. Now in this equation number 2, it is minus 5 I2. Then coming to this source, minus 10. Coming to this dependent source, now it will be plus 5 I1. Then for this 10 ohm resistor, again it is on the common branch, so I2 is from bottom to top, I1 is from top to bottom. So as we are tracing loop number 2, we will give importance to this current, and the direction, the sign will be given according to the direction of I2, and the value of current flowing through 10 ohm will now be taken as I2 minus I1. Okay, so this term will be minus 10 I2 minus I1. So all the components are done in the loop number 2. So this should be equal to 0. This is our equation number 2. Okay, so now we just have to simplify. These are the equations which we have already solved, right? Our first equation was 5 minus 5 I1 minus 10 IB minus 10 I1 minus I2 minus 5 IA equals to 0. So wherever it is IB, we have replaced it by I2. We have solved this bracket. It has become minus 10 I1 plus 10 I2. So by all this, we have got the value of I1 as 1 by 4, that is 0.25 ampere. Now, this was our second loop equation. Okay, again we have solved this bracket and we have got this equation, but out of this equation the value of I1 is already known to us, that is 0.25 ampere. So when we will substitute the value of I1 in this, we will get the value of I2 as minus 0.416 ampere. So this is the way we have to solve or apply KVL to get the value of branch currents.